Hello, welcome back. All right, now that we've got this all up to date, time to get into a little bit of Green Hell, which is going to be some pretty good times, I reckon, actually. So, as mentioned, what is Green... Okay, first of all, what is Green Hell? Green Hell is an awesome jungle survival game where basically you get dumped in the center of the Amazon forest, or somewhere in the middle of the Amazon forest, and you have nothing with you. You have a watch, you have a backpack, and it's up to you to survive. But you don't just have to do it like a normal survival game where you need to, survive against the elements and the environment. In this one, you've got to defend yourself against predators. You've also got enemy tribes that actually want to attack you and whatnot, although nowhere near as crazy as the forest. But not only that, but you also have your sanity. You need to keep your sanity up because you're in isolation. You're gonna have things like worms potentially if you're caught in a bad situation. Things like leeches, which can all decrease your sanity. And if your sanity decreases too low, you can start hearing voices, you can start having hallucinations and start seeing things that actually aren't there, including enemies, where they'll do damage to you, but they're not actually there. So it's a really, really in-depth game. So we're gonna get straight into it right now. So okay. First of all, the only downside that I have with this game, I love everything about it except for the fact that every time I power it up, VSync's turned off by default. Don't know why. But as you can see, we are in the middle of the forest. So we need to grab ourselves some supplies because otherwise we're not going to get very far. So we need some rocks more than anything. There's 3 key ingredients that we need to carry at all times in the jungle, and that's rocks, sticks, and rope. Need those 3 items at all times, no matter what, because without those... without rocks, you're not going to be able to make tools, and without tools, you can't make weapons, and without weapons, you can't eat, hunt, or defend yourself, or really do anything. So, as you can see, we'll pull these vines off the trees, and we'll get this going this way. Now, we've got some sticks here. First thing we want to do is find a rock, so that we can get ourselves some leaves. We have to keep an eye out for spiders, snakes, all that sort of stuff, and food, nice, nuts. And we'll get into food a little bit later. For anybody who's watching who's new to the game or hasn't seen the game, we'll get into food a little bit later because it's a little bit more in depth than most of your traditional survival games as well. Hey, look at this! We spawned right near our look at that rock as well. Right near where we actually want to build a base, or at least a forward outpost. Because that's a good source of food down there. That's a spring. So what we need to do... Oh, wow. We were actually already here. Nice. Okay, so this spot where we are now, we're gonna use this as a bit of a forward base. It's got some fresh water down there, albeit it is dirty. And if you drink the dirty water, you're probably gonna get parasites. But this is a good spot. So first things first, let's get some crafting happening. So to do anything, we're gonna need at least a blade, because we're gonna need. Here we go. We've got a stone blade. Now we're gonna need these big, thick leaves here. We're gonna need them for bandages in case we get bit by something or scratched by something or anything in general. So we'll just grab these. And there we go. Now that should be enough bandages. Now we need some small leaves, because we could have sticks and whatnot for a fire. But unless we, unless we actually have like some sort of fuel, it's not going to do anything. So we need kindling. And I thought I saw something down here. We have to keep an eye out for predators as well, specifically pumas and jaguars. We do not want to come across a puma and a jaguar early game. That would be a very bad thing. Big putty cats that want to chow down on our meaty bits. Now that we have a bone... Thanks, Coin. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. So now that we have a bone, we need to make said bone nice and sharp. We're going to make ourselves a bone knife, because who doesn't want a bone knife? Okay. Beautiful. Now... When we're playing this game right here, right? The only thing that we have to worry about is very simple things, okay? Never, ever sleep on the ground. If you're going to sleep on the ground, you need to have bones with you, and I'll explain that at a later date, but try your best to never sleep on the ground, because the ground is full of worms, it's full of parasites. It's going to give you a really, really, really bad day really, really fast, and it's going to drive you insane over time as well. So the first thing that you want to do on day one, you don't really care too much about food. You don't even really care too much about water. The only thing that you want to achieve at the end of day one is to have yourself a shelter built. So let's go ahead and make a shelter. Now we need some leaves. If anything, we need more stone. So the way that I usually try and time it is, if I have a look at my watch here, I'll explain this screen again. Sure, there's a lot to explain. Is I try to have at least all my raw materials and raw resources that I'm going to need to build a base by, say, 1 o'clock, by like 1 p.m. Anything after 1 p.m. and you're going to be heading into after hours territory, where it's going to be really dark. You're not going to be able to see things like spiders, which will bite you and poison you. You're going to see things like snakes, potentially scorpions, even predators like jaguars. We really want to try and do as much as we can during the day while we can actually see what's going on. So let's go ahead and get some stone. And do we have more stone? More stone? You wanna be nice to us? No. No. Oh. No, that's I got scared by a rock. Okay, here we go. There's more stone down here. Yeah, we're gonna go down here. So let's go and get this stone. No, that's a little thingy. The other thing when you're playing this game as well, just like in real life, I suppose, when you're out in the bush, or in this case the forest, you have to use your ears. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Alice. Good to see ya. You have to use your ears, because you will usually, if you're smart, right? If you're smart and you're using your ears and you're really listening, you will hear danger long before you see it, and you will hear it long before it sees you. In the form of, like predators or tribes people. Like, the enemy tribes in this game, they're not like in the forest or whatnot, where basically, one person sees you, then the entire island is going to kill you. It's a little bit more realistic than that, but they'll usually be singing or humming. Yeah, Ozzy when he sees a rock. You'll know that they're there. They'll be singing their tribal songs and all this sort of stuff. You'll know well and truly that they're there before they see you. In most cases. Sometimes they'll just pop up as a surprise. But in most cases, you can hear them before they hear you. So, in this case, what we want to do now is we want to check our stick supply. Okay, so we're going to go craft a stick with a rope and, 2 pieces of rock, because that's how we're going to make our axe. And we have an axe. Nice. Alrighty, so now with our axe, we are going to chop down this tree, because we need to have basic defense. Alright, so with basic defense, we'll grab this. We need a spear. And we're actually going to need long sticks for other things too, but for now, let's focus on getting our shelter built. Why am I talking defense right now? Focus shelter first. I'm a typical man who likes to get distracted by things. Alright, so we're going to grab this. We're going to chop up this log, because we do need logs, but right now we need these long sticks. So we've got you. Alright. Cool. That's going to be for our little hut, and then we need... Oh no, that was just a ambient sound. Then we need to have a standing shelter and a fireplace, because, with a fire pit, that's going to let us cook and get brews and boil water. Because just like in real life, if you come across a stagnant thing of water, depending on how infected it is, I guess you could call it. Infected is probably not the right word. You can sometimes purify it just by boiling it. Like one tip that they teach us here in Australia as young kids, because we've got some dry bushland here as well, is that if you're ever out and about camping, you can fill like a plastic water bottle with water, and you boil the water over the plastic water bottle over the fire, and because the water is inside the bottle, it won't melt the plastic, so you can use it to purify your water. So all right, 1, 2, 3. We need one more long stick. And we'll get this plank, actually. He's going to take up a lot of space in our inventory, but we do need him. Alright, a few more small sticks, and then we are right as rain. Craft you, and then you. Harvest you. Alright, so it goes without saying, if you come across one long stick, if you harvest it, you're going to get 2 sticks. If you have one stick and you harvest it, you're going to get 2 small sticks. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so now that we've got some basic materials, let's go ahead, open up our notebook, and get a shelter going. The leaf bed. Okay, this right here, this is your best friend. All right, in the case that you have been attacked by something, you're about to pass out, and all this sort of stuff. That's fine. All right, I mean, passing out is going to happen. You want to at least build yourself a palm leaf bed. Okay, because if you're going to pass out, most of the time if you've got an infection or something like that, if you're sleeping and your stats are looking pretty good, you've got some good feeds, you've got some good nutrition in your body, most of the time you can get through it, no problem. But not if you pass out on the floor. As soon as you pass out on the floor and you've got worms, you've got all sorts of problems. So leaf beds, hands down, the best thing you can build in an emergency. However, with a leaf bed, you cannot save the game. So this shelter that I'm doing now, which is just your simple lean-to, is really cheap and easy to build, and you can save your game. So I don't even bother with the big huts and all that sort of stuff. This is usually my go-to. And if you combine this with a campfire just in front of it, it'll keep all your nasty wiggly bits away. So we're just going to use this for now. So let's get you chopped. Alright, so we're going to need some palm leaves. Okay, now we need you, and we're going to build you. Look at this, Home Reno 101. I could pass for a DIY decorator. Alright, now we need 2 more leaves. Here we go, we'll use you. It's not a super scary. It's got some jump scares, that's for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, just ask Alice, me and Piranhas. We don't get along. But it's a really, really, really cool game. Really worthwhile. So next thing we're going to do is set up a fire. Alright, and then around the fire, because we want to protect it from not only the elements, but also stop the smoke from getting too high, where the other tribes are potentially going to see it, I'm going to build a shelter over the top. Just like so. So for this we need 4 logs, 4 long sticks, and a couple of ropes. So we're going to take these, because we're going to need these leaves as well, actually. So rather than leave them all lying down here like an ugly mess of things, we're going to create ourselves a nice, beautiful little pile. Very nice. Alright, so let's get you, and nice. Very good. That'll do that. Now that's you. Go ahead and get these ones. And then at some point... Ah, nice. Perfecto. What have we got here? Alright, so let's get this going up over here. And drop you. And... that should do for the leaves. We've got plenty now. We've got a good little stash. I mean, that's 100% fine just there. So, next thing we need is 1 more long stick. We've got 3 already, so let's get you. And we'll go chopping, because we like to chop. Ah, hey Orchestra, how you going? Good to see ya. Good to see you. Alright, so we need this. And then we need... bam! Alright, so... if we can get logs happening, we can get shelter. Oh, your dinner. You're gonna... I could have sworn that lizard was just flying down, man. I'm just body surfing down the hill, don't mind me.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Okay, so we broke our axe. That ain't good. So, what we need now is the same deal. We get a stick, we get some rope, and we get some stone. So this is what I was saying before, that stick, rope, and stone are absolute necessities. Always carry stick, rope, and stone. Food is easy to get. Water is easy to get. Stick, rope, and stone, not so much. You would think it's easy, but it's really not. The one time you need a rock, you'll be looking around everywhere for one, and you will not find one. Nice. Thanks for popping in, Orchestra. Thank you very, very much. It's good to see ya. Go away, lizard. I'm gonna eat you for breakfast, I swear. Where is that lock? There it is. And now we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. And I'm feeling so blue. Alright, now we need this one. And the elusive armadillo. So we like that armadillo. We're gonna go see that armadillo a little bit later because we want his shell. His shell is really, really tough, and it's gonna protect us against I got commanded to. Okay, it's okay. Well, it's good to see you nonetheless. The armadillo shell. He's going to come in really handy because there are big kitty cats out here who, like I said, want to chow down on our meaty bits. And that's going to stop them. Kind of. I mean, it's going to, it's going to stop them unless they keep coming at us, but it's better than nothing. Now we're going to have our sticks. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and some rope. 2, 3, and 4. Now we just have to get the roof, and then we're pretty much set up. Once we've done this, that's the end of day one. We've got a shelter built. So worst case scenario, if something terrible happens, we're not gonna die in a crawling heap on the floor because nobody wants that. That's alright. I do like kitty cats. Kitty cats are pretty cool. These ones just want to chow down on me though. So, I mean, I can go see them and say hi, but I probably won't be walking away because these ones are pretty scary. So, we're gonna get you and you. How many more do we need? We need 4 more. I think we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Nice. And last one. Come on. Nice. I messaged Orchestra to get in here. Nice. Well, I appreciate it. Okie dokie. Now, we're just going to get this. So as you can see, like, we had a pretty good run with that. And it's already coming up to... Yeah, it's already coming up to sunset. So that's why it's really important to get a base done in the very first day. It doesn't even have to be a big base. You don't even need the fire. You don't even really need the roof. More than anything, you just need to make sure that you've got somewhere to sleep. Because the worms are really, 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 really bad news. Alright, so... We're going to come back for you, Armadillo. We like you. Yeah, you're a good friend. We're going to call you Greg in the meantime. Maybe we should call you... Arnie the Armadillo. Arnie. We'll call you Arnie. Arnie the Armadillo. Alright, nobody touches Arnie. Arnie is friend, not food. Except for when we need his shell. But, you know, we can talk about that, Arnie. That's no problem. Yeah, worms like in the ground. Yeah, that's right. They will, you know, once we're a little bit further in the game, I'm happy to show you. But they will disgustingly crawl under your skin and look really gross doing it. So, we don't really want that. Well, you know, I'm not going to kill him now. I want to keep him around for a while. He's a good pet. He's cool. Arnie the Armadillo, and I might not kill that one. There's plenty of armadillos. You know, Arnie's a friend. We like Arnie. All right, so sticks. We got you. All right, cool. So what we need now is a fire starter because I was silly before and did not make one. So in order to make a fire starter, it's exactly as you think. If you don't have a plank, you can get a big stick and a little stick, and you rub sticks together. He does need to be protected. You know what? I really should, but I don't think I can move it. But in this case, because we have a plank, it's going to be easier to start a fire. We are going to create a hand drill. Now, we will use that. We will use it very soon because we want to get a fire going, as long as we can make sure there's no natives around. More than anything, though, we need a coconut. We are desperate for a coconut, right? More rocks. We do like... How many rocks do we have? Because that delicate balance of carrying lots of materials versus being too heavy and then not being able to carry anything else. So let's go ahead. We'll craft you and you. And then what we might do, actually, just so that everyone's on the same page, I might go through what the food system is, because it's a bit more in depth than other games. Except Alice. Alice is the master of food, so we like Alice's advice on what we should and shouldn't eat. Leaf bandage and one more. Nice. We shall protect Arnie. Okay, cool. So we'll harvest this one more stone. Now what we're looking for a coconut. Something we can drink the water, but ideally something that we can break open to collect rainwater, because contrary to belief in the Amazon here, I mean, it does rain pretty often, but it's also really hot and humid. So water is pretty hard to come by. I mean, there's water down there. You can drink that, but you will likely get some sort of parasite from it. So we want to try and find a coconut. I thought I heard something, but I did not. I will jump. I will jump once I have a coconut. I need a coconut because there's a couple of things we can do with a coconut, right? So with a coconut, we can... Wait, is that a tapir or a puma? Yeah, it's that's... I forgot what they're called. Pig. We call him the pig. The coconut, you can drink the coconut juice, and that'll hydrate you up. And if you don't break the coconut open, my typing coming out already. That's okay. That's totally fine. I do the same. I mix my letters up all the time. Just ask pretty much anyone. But the coconut, you can use it as a water vessel. So if you stick it underwater, you can fill it up with water and use it like a little water jug. You know, and carry it around with you. But if you want a second coconut, which we want, you can actually break it open. You can eat the flesh, and then you can eat use the cups, like the shell cups, to collect rainwater. And there you go. You've got a fresh source of fresh water. So can't stay out for too much longer. Oh, hello. That's danger. Danger, danger. That is a rattlesnake. We don't have a spear. So we're gonna leave him because we can eat him later. And we're just gonna, you know what? We're gonna sleep until tomorrow. But before we sleep, we're gonna explain the food system because it's pretty important. So, if we have a look at our screen at the moment, right? We can see our hydration bar. Sorry, not hydration bar. We can see our energy bar on the very bottom, and then our health bar at the top. Now, if we scroll through your watch faces, you have faces. Oh my god, faces. You have a compass, and the compass actually works. The compass is a really, really important tool to have in this game, at least until you start to know the map, because you're going to set camp somewhere, and you're going to go, okay, I'm camped at 51 west, 25 south. You're going to go explore something, and if you forgot to write down the coordinates, you might get stuck and not ever be able to find your camp again. So compass is important. Now, what's even more important is this screen. This is your food and hydration and everything like that. So why this is important is because you actually, in this game, need to maintain a healthy, balanced diet. Who would have thought, right? So how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I really am. Thank you. How you do that is your food groups are broken down into 3 categories. So you have... Yeah, I know. Apple are way behind. Jump on this survival watch. That's what they need. So you have your proteins, which is in your reds, and they're supplemented by things with meats. They're also supplemented by things with like mushrooms. Some mushrooms mostly will give you carbohydrates, but some will give you proteins. I stress some. Most won't, but some will. And like things like snails and shellfish, anything kind of meaty, fleshy, anything that would have, protein. The yellow is your carbohydrates. So that's things like most mushrooms, things like, not so much berries, sorry, a little bit in berries, but things like bananas and whatnot, eggs, yep, 100%. And they're really important too. The greens are your fats, and believe it or not, fats are actually really important. I mean, yes, we have fat on our bodies, and for the most part, we have healthy fats in our bodies too. But they're brought on by things like nuts, coconuts, even some types of mushrooms as well, very few, and some flowers. But fats are really, really important. And then you've got your blue as your hydration. Now, why this stuff's important? So if you have a look at your health bar, right? I'm a lot fat already. That's all right. I'm a jolly fellow, so you guys can probably pick that I am too. But I'm very jolly by nature, and you know, that's just who I am, and I love it. That's okay. So why this is important is because if you have a look at your health bar, right? With your health bar, even if you are full to the brim with fats and carbohydrates and hydration, but your proteins are down, that health bar will never fill up. It'll get kind of full, but it'll never be full. And if you're coming up against like a tiger or something, or a puma, or even a tribes person, you kind of want as much health as you can get, because you know they're going to be throwing sharp pointing things at you, and you want to be able to take a few hits. The point is that if you eat lots and lots of carbs, lots of fats, or even if you eat lots of proteins and lots of carbs but not fats, your health bar will be full, but your stamina and your energy bar won't, because they're all tied in together. Okay, so your health is primarily derived from your hydration and your proteins. Your energy bar on the bottom is primarily derived with your carbohydrates and your fats. So we do have sleep in this game. We are going to go to sleep right now, actually. Oop, okay, apparently I'm not. But that's really important to know. So if you find that your health is full, but your energy bar is just not refreshing, or it's dropping really, really fast, check your carbs levels, check your fats levels. If you're finding that your energy is really, really full, but your health bar is just never getting full, check your hydration and your proteins.
God,
So
I'm thirsty.
right now we are dehydrated. And the next common question is, how do you get foods? How do you get hydration? It's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. There's a really easy way to get water in this game, and a really easy way to get foods. Now, what we're going to do is we need to go on the hunt for a coconut before I can explain much further. Because there's two types of cooking in this game. There's grilling, and then there's soups. And soups will always give you more... Oh, we have leeches on us. Wonderful. Okay, so anybody who's like, you know, slug sensitive, probably look away. But it's not that bad. So if we have a look at our arms here, we've got nothing on there. There's some leeches sucking at us. Now, as you can see, because we've got leeches here, our sanity is going to be dropping. And when your sanity gets to about halfway, you will legitimately start hearing voices, and you will start to hallucinate. So you want to keep your sanity nice and high, and not get that low. So no leeches and no leeches. Cool. Now, yeah, as I was saying before, so if we take your leeches up, we need to go hunting for a coconut, because there's two types of cooking. There's grilling and there's soups. Soups will always give you more of a buff than grilled and cooked items will, except the flip side to that, except some meats. Oh, I thought that was something else, but no, that's just a tapir. Except for some meats. So some meats will be better grilled and whatnot, but you can make a lot of things with soups, and you can refill all of your stats super, super easy. So later on, once we move base, because we've got our basic base now, but we are going to move very, very shortly down to another base, because I use this as a bit of a forward-based location if I ever have to go exploring. Basically, if you have 2 pieces of fish, a couple of nuts, and a couple of bananas, you can build up all of your stats really, really fast. So I'm gonna just stop talking now and show you just how easy it is to get things like water, hydration, you know, fats, all that sort of stuff. And look at all these beautiful eggs. Bingo bango. So as long as you take it nice and easy, you don't sprint through everywhere. You do a little dance again. Oh, Arnie, you stay safe while I'm gone, little fella. I'm just going to do some traveling. So long as you basically just take your time, look around, don't rush. Hey, wow, Arnie got a girlfriend. Hey, that scared the absolute crap out of me. I thought that was a puma or a jag. Holy crap. I actually froze for a minute. But speaking of which, I really want to get a spear. So let me just quickly cut down one of these trees for a spear. yeah, it's really easy to find food. So nuts drop everywhere. Banana trees are relatively common. And as for your proteins, you can pretty much guess quite easily where they come from. They come from our aunties and aunettes. So let's grab you, and we have now got a spear. Nice. Grab these because we always want sticks, stone, and rope. Alright, so now we're just going to follow this road along. Keep an eye... No, that's okay. Keep an eye out for any dangerous kitty cats that want to chow down on our meaty bits, because we like our meaty bits and we don't want them to be chowed on, please. And we're also going to keep an eye out for snakes, because snakes are a pain in the ass if they bite you, but they're really good eating if you can catch them, if you can spear them. So let's head out through here. We've got plenty of bandages. Yep. So we can have a look at our stats. We're dropping pretty quick, and as you can see, we haven't taken any damage, but our health bar is not looking too good. We are, yeah, our health bar is like halfway at the moment, so we're just going to take it nice and easy, pick some foods up, and try to increase that a little bit. So these fruits, we're going to grab you. Nothing so much here. Oh, if you're ever wondering, because I know you said as well that you have issues with like hydration and whatnot, those berries, like those big fruits, they're fully hydrating. So they do go off really, really fast. But if you eat these now, like eat you, and eat you, you'll see, there you go. It's given us a pretty decent boost in hydration. So, you know, fruits have juices, and juices are good. We like juices. We like bananas. Check out this nice banana tree. We'll get you. We're going to get you, you, and you. Nice. And the glorious coconut. Coconuts are good. We like coconuts. So we're going to drink this now. And we're not going to do anything with that just yet. Oh, no, no, no. Don't run away with my spear. Oh, no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're right. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Go find a vending machine, get a Coke. No worries, Queen. See you shortly. Also, I really apologize before as well. I heard somebody do, I think somebody did a follow or something, but it didn't pop up on my screen for some reason. So I'm not sure who that was, but thank you. Now we're going to drop this here. And we're going to grab, you know what, we have 4 of them, which we don't need. How many stones have we got? Okay, we got 9 stones. We got too many stones. So I usually carry about 6 stones, so that gets me through. Now we've pretty much got plenty of food at the moment. We don't really need any more. So we don't need any more stone. We've got capybaras over there. This is what we're looking for. So we wanted this fishing village. We're gonna... That's another armadillo over there. I can tell by his walking. Alright, so we are going to set this up as our main base. We do like this. And look at this! We have a rusty axe! We'll use that once our axe breaks. But for the moment, I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to get yourself some water. So what we need more than anything right now, we need another coconut. We need to find ourselves a coconut, because with a coconut we can have a constant water supply. Actually, you know what? Ooh, I'll show you what else you can do. So, another handy tip, right, is if you... Oh, you know what? I'll take you. There's a piranha. Okay, well, I need to... Oh, that's why we're so full. Okay, yeah, we're going to ditch you. We're going to ditch you. We're going to harvest you. Harvest this one, and that gives us 4 needles. Yeah, okay, we're cool with that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to harvest you too. If you're down near the water, one of the literally the very best thing that you can get yourself in game, hands down, without a doubt, is a turtle shell. As soon as you see a turtle, you want a turtle shell. Those turtle shells can let you brew up really, really, really big soups. And with those really, really big soups, you can basically chuck like one ingredient in there and drink from it maybe 3-4 times, and you will have a constant supply of like proteins or carbohydrates just from building just from making a soup. So we're looking for a turtle along the water here. I haven't seen one yet. There's a capybara. It's a parrot. I'm being cautious around here because this is puma and look, there's a turtle. Okay, we want this turtle. Sorry, turtle, I need your shell. Cheers, bro. This is puma and jaguar territory, so we just have to be nice and careful around here. Okay, so we're overloaded now, but that's cool. We just need to ditch one thing. So we're gonna ditch one piece of capybara meat. That's fine. We don't need you. All right, let's go. We've got pretty much everything we need to survive for the next couple of days anyway. So we're going to head over to that fishing village and we are going to set up camp. But where it slightly differs is that that fishing village over there, that pretty much already has camp set up. Like it already has. Oh, wow, we're really dirty. Okay, we need to clean. Yeah, that looks clean. So we're just gonna come over here and we're going to bathe with the piranhas, my very best friends apparently. And come around you. And we are going to get this. Alright, so let's wash yourself. We are very dirty, and being dirty can lead to infections, which are very, very bad news. Wash. If it's raining as well, like now, if it's about to start raining, you don't have to wash yourself. The rain will clean you. You know, nature's shower, right? Alright, now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a fire down here. So where you find yourself in a good base, the question to ask, okay, is this a good base? Is you have a look around and you go, okay, is there lots and lots of natural resources that we can use where I'm basically going to have no problem? I don't have to venture very far. In this case, the answer is yes. We have lots and lots of trees everywhere. We've got lots of animals up there for proteins. Worst case, we've got lots of fish in the water that we can get. You know, we've got a fish trap here, and if you want to ask Alice or whatnot, you can stand in the water and let the piranhas come and attack you, and you can get one. They like to attack me. But also you've got sources of mud. This is a really, really good spot. This is a really good spot to set up base. Especially by the time you start chopping all these down and getting yourself your stick supplies. You can see if somebody's going to be coming from quite a while away. So it gives you a chance to hide. You also have a hammock here. And you get sanity bonuses from sleeping in comfortable beds. So this is probably hands down one of the best spots you can have as a base. Now, we are going to, we don't need a bed. We do need a shelter so that we can save. Unfortunately, you can't save there. So we're going to go ahead and build that little shelter again. And we're going to get you and rotate you. And that'll do. You don't have to sleep in this thing. You don't have to do anything with this thing. It's literally just so you can save your game. That's it. So let's go find some sticks. Have our leaves dried out yet? They have. Nice, we've got dry leaves. Okay, cool. So it's day 2. We're getting pretty hungry by now. We need sticks. Once we have sticks and hopefully a second coconut, I can show you how to get fresh water. Now the benefit of finding this boat shed as well, oh, just FYI, anybody who's watching who wants to know these coordinates, alright, hands down, even if you don't set this up as a base location, it's still a really good spot to know because you can find some good blueprints here. So the coordinates for anybody who wants to know are 51 west by 19 south. Really, really, really good place to set up a base because you have access to mud, which you're going to need for metal stuff. You've got cans, you've got all this. You have a water filter here. So you pour dirty water into the top and you get fresh, clean drinking water on the bottom. And you get fishing spears. Kinda, sorta. It can, yeah, actually, Alice, yeah, you've got this one. It can be. It can be. It's whatever you make of it, really. Alright, so just gonna get some more sticks. Let's use this. Ooh, not that one. Let's use this. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna chop you. So we've got lots of sticks. You, and then you. And more of you. That's a long one. We don't want you. Want that, and we want that. Alright, cool. Alrighty. Yes. Yeah, we pretty much got everything we need. Alright, cool. Let's go chop down another one here, because we're gonna need, we don't need logs or anything like that, but we do need, welcome back. We do need the sticks, so we're gonna steal the sticks. Come to us, sticks. We're gonna take you, and you. Nice. And you. And that'll do. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good to go. So we'll drop off the rest of these. And then the 3 sticks. So before Alice told me that, you know, you could carry more than 1 big stick at a time, I used to walk these back one by one. Oh, God. The relief when she told me this. The hours that I wasted. So we're going to get this. And boom. Alright, so now that we've got our shelter, the question of the day is, how do you have a nice healthy supply of water and food? Very good question. Glad you asked. So we are going to finish building this. I'm going to show you how to get really full with a very small amount of food and pretty much never have to worry about it. Food is something that you really shouldn't have to worry about in this game. Same with water. And once you know how, it's really easy. So we need 2 more leaves. So we're going to get this. 1 of you and 1 of you. Alright, cool. Alright, let's save there. Cool. And yes, done. Alright, question. How do you get food and fresh water? Really easy. What you want to do is later on in the game when you go adventuring, you want to find yourself the metal bidon. Okay? It's located at an overturned Jeep. We will go there potentially soon and go pick one up because it can hold a crud load of water. But if you haven't got a metal bidon, the next best thing is one of these coconuts. You're going to take this, you're going to craft it, you're going to tie some string around it, and that's going to let you carry water. So then what you want to do is you want to put this turtle shell that we went and harvested down next to the fire. We want to go fill our coconut with dirty water, and we want to sterilize the water. Because once the water's sterilized, we can put things like meats and mushrooms and eggs and all this sort of stuff inside it and pretty much never ever have to worry about food and water again. Because every time you eat out of this, you're also getting hydration. So you never have to worry about water ever again. So we're going to go like so. And let's go ahead and use this. Okay. And use our dry leaves and make ourselves a fire. And now that we've got the embers, we're going to ignite you. We're going to pop the water inside the shell here. Alright. And you can put more than one thing of water in there at a time. But you know what? Like, our little coconut thing only carries 20 hydration of water. So, I mean, it's not... Oh, sorry. I lie. Wow. It carries 40. Okay, never mind. This is good. So now what we want to do is we want to have a look at our watch and figure out what we're lacking in. So we're lacking in pretty much everything. Carbs, proteins, fats, and water. So, all you need are these little white mushrooms here. These mushrooms, which I'm going to drop one on the floor here, right? If you eat them raw and you pick them up, they are highly poisonous. You will vomit, you will not have a very good day whatsoever. Alright? To the point where most players will avoid them after that. But if you cook it, it's no longer poisonous. In fact, it gives you a lot of carbs. Now, if you tie both of them in with, say, a banana, if you have like one banana or 2 bananas and one of those mushrooms with this soup, you pretty much never have to worry about it again. So let's Drop that. We'll drop the second mushroom. And then we will do like 2 bananas. Even if you can't find any bananas, just have like 3 of these mushrooms. You're full. Let's wait for it. And that does up. Alright, drink you. And now let's have a look. So you can see our carbs and our hydration are pretty much full. So let's get a little bit more water. And this is where that metal bidon works out really, really well. So, I mean, the metal bidon can hold just over twice as much as this. And one bidon can pretty much fill up your entire hydration thing, as well as carbs and all that sort of stuff. So, which I'll get to a little bit later. But for now, let's just fill this up, right? So where this comes in handy is once this is full, alright, we're going to have this egg. Let's chuck this. Oh, okay. Well, the egg has to be beside the fire. Never mind about that then. Same with the mystery snail. We can put him in there, so we'll have mystery snail soup. But this is going to give us some proteins. Now, sometimes, if you're lucky, sometimes you'll get to drink twice from the shell, which is what makes it the best thing, because at the moment we've just been drinking once from it, but sometimes, and I don't know why, I still don't know what causes it, but sometimes you can drink twice from the shell. So you'll have your first drink, which will give you like 30 something carbs, and then you can have a second drink and it'll give you 30 something carbs. And there's nothing else in the game that lets you do it. So let's just eat 1 banana and have a look again. And there we go. Our hydration and our carbs are pretty much full. Now, this is where it gets slightly skewy. So we're gonna grill 1 piece of capybara meat. And then we're going to boil 1 piece of capybara meat, and you're going to see the difference. Alright, there's a time, put it this way, there's a time and a place. So, if you need food right here, right now, boiling your capybara meat is really, really good, or any type of meat. Boiling your meat is really, really good in that sense, because you're going to get, it's basically going to cook your meat almost instantly. And you're going to drink it, and you're going to get a lot of buffs and stuff, which is really, really good. But not as much as if you grill it. Now, where the trade-off is if you boil it like so, you get to drink it and eat it super, super quick. There we go. So you see, we drank once, and we just drank again. So it gave us in total, I think, like 20 proteins. But you'll see when we eat this piece of capybara meat, it'll give us something like 80 proteins. So the trade-off is that you can boil the meat, and you can drink it straight away, and you're gonna get basically updated stats like straight away. But it's not going to be very good. If you grill it, which takes a lot more time, you're going to get much better stats. But the downside to that is the longer that the fire is up, the more likely you're going to come across the tribals, like tribal people, because having the fire is like a bit of a signal. It's a gamble. Every time you open it up, the longer the fire's up, the more chance you're going to, attract the natives. So it's a trade-off. In a place like this, where you're covered by a jetty, it's down near the water and pretty far off the beaten track, you're pretty well okay. But if you're in the middle of the forest, just pay attention to that. Every time you light a fire, there's a pretty good chance that, the natives are going to come and have a squeeze. So now let's take the shell. The other thing with the shell as well, and I mean it's pretty self-explanatory, for anybody who might not know, is when it rains, water falls from the sky. Shell acts as a bit of a pan, so you catch the water and then you can drink the fresh water. Now let's go over here, boil up the egg, and there we go. So if we just chow down on these nuts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, we'll eat this piece of meat when it's done. Our stats should be pretty well completely full. Yeah, they will be. And we ate, what did we eat today? We ate 2 mushrooms, 2 bananas, 4 nuts, and we'll have, like 2 pieces of meat? Food's not something to worry about. And if you're completely full on stats like this as well, you can usually go for about 2 days before you absolutely have to eat again. So food and water, food not a big deal, water kind of a big deal, but if you're carrying around a shell like this, you can make a fire anywhere, you can put the shell down anywhere, and at least if you've got a coconut with water in it, you can basically create a drink of water anywhere as well. So that's how you always have water. I think somebody asked before, I think it was Orchestra. carry a coconut full of water, a shell, or even a coconut shell. Boil it on fire if you're thirsty, and you have instant fresh water. Alrighty. Egg is boiled. Take you, and then we'll boil the other one. What does that give me? I've never had a boiled egg. Ah, there you go. 10 proteins, 10 fats. Nice. Alright, so the first piece of capybara meat gave it, when it was in the soup, it gave us 10 proteins and some carbs. Sorry, and some hydration. If we eat this one, big difference. Huge difference. 20 fats, 68 proteins. Massive difference. So one piece of that meat could pretty much completely fill your protein bar and almost half fill your fats bar. So that's the trade-off that I was talking about before. You can boil your meats for an instant hit and not get much out of it, or you can grill it, which takes a lot longer, but one, it makes the meat last a lot longer, and two, it'll give you a crap load more stat stuff. So that's your trade-off. Alright, what else? What else have we got to cover? We covered shelter. Oh yeah, worms. Oh, worms. Worms and infection. Alright, well, first of all, how many hooks do I have? Because I need to make sure we're prepared for this. Okay, yeah, we got plenty. And then bandages, we've got 6. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what happens if you don't get a shelter made in time and if you pass out on the floor or something like that. And I'm only going to show you this because we're pretty well prepared. So let's go ahead and let's go sleep on the floor, because that's a smart idea. There we go. Now we're going to stand up. Alright, we're going to put the fire out because the meat will be cooked. And then I'll sleep through the night and we'll wake up in the morning and I'll show you what it looks like. Now, again, sorry I forgot to mention this. If you have water inside this, I usually try to cook whatever you want to do first and then use the remaining water. You can boil your mates for a classic. Yeah, I didn't say that. But you can basically put the fire out like so. So let's go back to sleep. We should have worms by now, but you know what? Just in case, let's spend the rest of the night on the floor. Just in case. You can boil your mates for a classic hit. Best thing I've heard all night. I mean, we were playing Dead by Daylight. It kind of rubbed off on me a bit. Alright, 7 a.m. bright and early. Guaranteed we have worms. So, what are worms and what do they do? Worms are terrible. Terrible, terrible things. Worms will deplete your sanity like nothing else. They will absolutely just destroy you mentally. Now, what they are, is they are, quite literally, worms, as you can see on my arm here, that are growing under your skin. And it's really disgusting. The first time that I got this, I thought I had freaking like bubonic plague or something. It's delicious. If we have a look on our other arm, there you go. You can see that these worms are just making themselves at home on our body. Yuck. And another one there. Okay. So, how do we get rid of worms? Well, unfortunately, there's a pretty, not a great way. And even though I've got everything prepared at the moment, yeah, it's pretty gross, eh? Even though I've got everything prepared at the moment, there is still a chance that they will get infected. So, speaking of infections, before I talk anything more about worms, you guys saw me before go up to a dead animal. And inside the dead animal, there was maggots. And this is going to sound really disgusting, but it is a very true thing that is used out in indigenous cultures, where if you have a wound that has festered and it's infected, if you actually put maggots on the wound, as disgusting as it sounds, they will eat away the dead flesh. They will eat away the infected flesh. And, oh wow. So as you can see, our sanity is dropping hardcore. Our sanity is dropping like a rock. So we're going to have to get these worms out because we're probably going to start hearing voices shortly, which is not good. But yeah, you stick maggots inside the infected flesh and they will eat the infected flesh, basically. And then when the wound is cleaned, you pull them out, you dress it up, and it will heal. So there's a chance, because we're in a hot and arid environment, that we are going to get infected in these wounds. So how we use it is we use these little fish bones, or these bone needles, and you literally pull the worm out, as you can see there, and then another one here, okay, and another one on the bottom here. We're going to pull him out too. Then we need to bandage ourselves up using these big green leaves that we had. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, the other thing that we need to do before anything else is, you see there's a little, like a little bacteria looking mark with a number 1 above my health bar. That means that I'm dirty. And if I'm dirty and I'm dressing my wound, I'm likely to get an infection, which we really don't want. So now that that's done, 2 things. We want to drop our turtle shell because we want some fresh water. And the second thing is we want to cover these wounds. Bring that up, like so. And then same again for this last one. Worms are pretty gross, not gonna lie. They're pretty disgusting. And as you can see by our mental state on the bottom of the screen here, they will literally send you crazy. I mean, it's not an exaggeration. You will start to see items that you'll be like, oh wow, and you'll try to pick it up, and then it'll just vanish. And you'll see enemies coming to attack you, and you'll fight back, and they'll just vanish. You will hallucinate, and then you can die very, very quickly. Drink the water. And now, in order to gain your sanity back, because obviously your sanity's dropping pretty quick, easiest way to do it is just make yourself a fire and stay close to the fire. So there's a couple of things that can increase your sanity. Is being in close proximity to a fire, or sleeping in a comfortable bed. Other than that, aside from eating those snails, but cooked, there's not really a way to get it back. So we're going to create a fire here. Which again, like, it sounds like, oh yeah, no worries, fire is all good. But if you're in the middle of the jungle and you need to create a fire to get sanity back, you're basically sending a big signal to the enemies. And if they manage to attack you and then they hit you and you get an infection, your sanity's going to drop again. So it's a gamble every time you start a fire. Yep, he whines like crazy. And that's pretty much it. Oh wow, look, there you go. There's some tribes people over there. Hello, tribesmen. No, you're just staring at me. You're just watching me. Hmm? It's alright. For whatever reason, they can't cross water. And I know that there's crocodiles in this game. I'm just yet to find one. I haven't come across one yet, so that's why I'm not too worried about being near the water. We shall take piranha. And we shall stay right near the fire. And we're gonna cook up some foods. Okay, destroy you. Harvest you. Nice. And we'll just cook this up. Ooh. Alright. Now that that's done, it's pretty, look, yeah, it's pretty easy to survive. I mean, as long as it's one of those games where you always want to have, there's a key couple of items that you always want to have. You always want to have rock, sticks, and rope. Always, like, hands down, no matter what. You always want to be carrying bandages and little bones if possible. The last thing that you want to be carrying is either a coconut or a coconut shell. If you have those, it doesn't really matter what else that you're carrying. If you have at least those, you've got the tools to be able to survive through most situations. With the exception of some venom and stuff like that. But again, like, as long as you keep your, what do you call it? Your nutritions up, like your proteins, your carbs, your hydration. As long as you keep all of that stuff up, you'll be fine. You can survive in this no problem. The key to surviving is keep your nutritions up, keep your food up. Even if you've got a fever, been bitten by a snake, as long as you have access to water and you've got food sources up, you'll be 100% fine. Other than that, I think we've pretty much covered everything. So yeah, now let's just play. We'll get the fishy meat, and we're gonna eat this. And we're going to eat you. And we're going to eat you. Along with you and you. And we should pretty much be bang on. Okay, a little bit of hydration. So let's drink you. Take you. Drop you down here. And bam. Such cool effects. I love the sound of, because it's had some water on it or it's been hot or something. You can hear the water sizzling on it. It's pretty cool. Alright, fill you up. Drop this in here. And yeah, that should be our fresh water. Nice. Drink you. And yep, maybe one more. One more ought to do it. One more drink and we should be completely full. So there's a couple of really cool items around the map that you want. Things like pots and stuff, some grappling hooks, all that sort of stuff. The map is pretty big. It's a pretty decent size. But for the most part, if you use your compass, take note of landmarks and stuff around you, it gets pretty easy to navigate. Okay, we drink that. Awesome. We are completely full. So now we're going to save our precious wood. Really? I didn't even know there's water there. That's good to know. Wow, the amount of times I ran over there. Okay, yeah, so essentially, yeah, as long as you keep your foods up, you keep your hydrations up, you're pretty much good to go. So navigating the map, once you start to learn and recognize landmarks, pretty straightforward. Predators are around, but again, if you use your ears, you'll hear them, and you'll hear them before they see you. So it's pretty easy to avoid. So let's go do some exploring. So we've got our base set up there. What time is it now? It's 11:30. Yeah, I think we should be pretty sweet. Let's go around. And we'll go back to our forward base. Because there's another location which is basically, it's one of the best locations in the game. I think people call it Paradise. I don't really know. I've been there a couple of times. I've built there a few times. I really like the spot, but I find it a little bit too small. But some people say that it's really, really good, so I'll show you how to get there. So we're going to go up the rivers. Actually, you know what? There's something that I've never tried here. No, water's still dirty. I would have thought that by, running over rocks and little waterfalls, it might have cleaned the water, but apparently not. Alright, cool. So we're going to follow this along. Now, if we follow the road that way, that takes us back to our forward camp where we were before. If we follow it along this way, it's going to take us to the overturned Jeep, where we're going to get our metal bidon. And we've got nuts. One thing I forgot to tell you, actually, because I just did it without looking. If you're going to walk in the water, always keep an eye for stingrays. Those things will sting you, they will poison you, and make your day really, really bad. So we're going to follow this. Dead birds are a really good sign that there's probably spiders around, so keep your eye out for bird-eating spiders. We want that because we want its feathers for arrows. Okay. Let's just follow the road. Follow the mud brick road. Again, these mushrooms, they're the ones we're looking for. Don't eat them raw. You will get very, very, very sick. But you can... It's 12:20. You know what? We're probably not going to make it there and back. So let's head back to the boat shed, because that's probably closer. And then we'll sleep it off. First thing in the morning, we'll head straight to the overturned Jeep, because that's got some really cool items there that we want to grab. And we want to grab some slugs, some lava, put them into a soup. That'll give us some protein. How are we looking on our bare basics? So rocks, we got 6. That's plenty. Stone. Oh, okay. We need rope. Sticks, we got. So we need rope. But anyway, what are your thoughts on it? How do you find it, Queen? Because yeah, for a game that you haven't seen before, what do you reckon? What are your thoughts? Oh, I bet you be feeling absolutely chuffed with that too. Oh man, breakfast must taste so good, even if it is hospital food. So a good indication that we've got leeches or something wrong with us as well is the little magnifying glass that's flashing above our health bar. That's telling us that there's something on or wrong with our body. So I would say there's probably leeches. We'll get them off soon. Oh, there you go. Yeah, over on the right there. Leech. Sanity -2. Which means we've got 2 leeches on us. Have to let them go. They weren't paying the rent. Okay, we'll grab that. We'll grab that. Grab... Oh, I don't want the droppings. Ugh. Ditch the droppings. Bye-bye. Alright. Now... Tribespeople are gone. Oh, yeah? You coming over this side of the map? Well, think again. This is my castle. Definitely. It's pretty cool. It's a really, really cool game. I really enjoy it, actually. Oh, we got 6 feathers out of that? Nice. Next we got the mouse. Let's eat the fruits. Eat you, and eat you. Drink you. And then we want to craft... Oh, actually, we want to harvest the coconut now. So this is what I usually do, right, as well. I carry the turtle shell everywhere I go. But then any coconuts that I'll find, I'll just eat them. And then in my bag here, I'll just leave the little coconut bowls. Just like in the camp somewhere. Because as I'm away and it starts raining, these will just fill up with fresh water. So every time I come back to camp, there's always fresh water waiting for me. So I'll usually have like 7, 8 of these. Maybe like in a little row. And oh, hang on, we've got to get rid of those leeches because I forgot about them. And yeah, we'll always have some sort of fresh water. Did you? Nope. And nope. Okay, all good. All right. So now we are going to. We need to get some clay. We need to get the clay furnace built. So that way we can melt some stuff, get ourselves some metal tools, some armors. But before we do that, we need to find what's the word I'm looking for? An ore vein. That's what I'm thinking of in a cave. So to do that, I don't think that there's any caves nearby that would have it. Oh, there are. Oh, there is. There is a cave kind of nearby. I'm going by memory on this. 51, but yeah, there is. Kinda. 227. Thank you. I was going to say, I know sometimes probably it's a little bit too much talking, but I appreciate it. It's a really nice compliment. Thank you. It's good to know that I explained it well and didn't, completely overload you. We're going to make a run for this cave, because if we can get this ore... No. Go away. We don't want you. Go away. Yeah, if we can find this cave and get this ore, we can start getting clay going. So, let's get this clay furnace going. I'm going to get some metal, because metal tools will just last a really, really long time. I mean, stone is good, metal is best. We like metal. Just keeping an eye out for any jags or pumas here. They do like this area. Okay. And we're also going to grab a... long stick. I forgot to make a bow. We need to make a bow. Some seas. You know what? I've never, in all of my playthroughs that I've done, I've never seen so many armadillos. And I'm always struggling to find armor. This is ridiculous. We need to kill some Arnies so that we can get their armor. So let's just go here. You.
No.
Oh wow. Okay, I lost my axe, but. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna. Yeah. All right. We're gonna go back to the base. We're gonna sleep. Then we're gonna come back first light. Because the base has got an axe there as well, that rusty axe that we found. This is the PC version of Animal Crossing. I'm not sure, I've never played Animal Crossing. What is that? What's Animal Crossing? Yeah. I haven't played Animal Crossing before, no. And Alice, I bet that was probably the very best thing. Oh, it would have been very satisfying. Oh, actually, one last thing. For you, Queen. These little froggies, they are so cute. They are such a cute little frog. Do not touch this frog. It will kill you. They are the most poisonous frog. They're the most poisonous animal amphibian in the world. Actually, they're called the dart frogs. Hands down, true fact. If you touch one of them in the Amazon, you're dead. So don't touch. Looky, but don't touchy. Buy a Switch and get it. Okay, we can potentially do that. Need a bag of nuts here, and where's our axe? There's the axe. We want you. Nice. Man, I feel like I'm bringing Dead by Daylight with me. Look at this axe. Alright, it's a create your own island, choose your own neighbors, and grind on collecting and building type of game. Okay, cool. I do. I only started playing Dead by Daylight because Alice put me onto it, and I'm having so much fun. You should play and show you. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I was playing Dead by Daylight for quite a while tonight, and the reason why I stopped is just because it kept crashing. It crashed on me probably like 5 times, I think, tonight by memory. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. He's probably the noob who is trying really, really hard but just can't get it. Alright, let's come here. Yeah, well, I would absolutely love some Dead by Daylight tips and stuff. I would love, and more so, I would love to play a game with you as well at some point. I think it'd be pretty fun. Alright, so head up over here. Actually, you know what? Okay, we're gonna take a groat. A groat. I was trying to say great and vote, and I came out with groat. I am Groot. We're gonna take a vote. Should I continue playing on this, or should we jump over to Dead by Daylight? Because I'm pretty easy with either or. Arnie. Dead by Daylight? Dead by Daylight? Okay, beautiful. Well,